Welcome to another episode of The Hard Count. I'm Mike Limama, and I recently had the opportunity to speak with Summit High School's quarterback Jack Schierholz. Schierholz is a member of the 2023 class and currently stands at 6 foot 1 inches and 185 pounds. Playing on both sides of the ball, Schierholz has the ability to read a defense, making him more versatile in the pocket. Schierholz has a natural gift of solid arm strength, as well as the ability to throw the ball in tight windows and provide good touch-on passes. Schierholz and I had the opportunity to discuss his coach and development through his program, as well as more on this episode. All right, everyone, here is Jack Schierholz. Hope you guys enjoy this one. So first off, I see that you're from Dillon, Colorado, which is a small town about an hour outside of Denver, right between Breckenridge and Vail. Great
Yes, sir.
skiing locations. Also, you guys get a lot of snow, and I think there's the air is very thin there, correct? And yet you seem to throw the ball very well in those conditions. I know you're a sophomore now, right? 2023.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
And but how have you developed in your program at Summit High School so far?
I would say I've developed just as an athlete overall. Our school has been known just to produce a lot of good athletes. It's kind of a trend to just be super athletic, just with not much air up here. I would say it limits us, and just with a lot of activities with hiking, biking, skiing, all around us. Everyone's always outside doing things, so we don't spend a ton of time inside. And I would say it's really just developed me to be always wanting to do things and be outside running around, whether that's throwing a football, baseball, shooting the basketball, just always doing stuff.
Yeah, I believe the U.S. National Olympic team also trains there as well because of the thin air. It gets great adaptability for everybody over there. But I see that you're a lefty, and I think that's interesting because you're the first lefty QB that I've actually had on this show.
Really?
Yeah. So do you feel that you kind of have an advantage with the playbook and how that kind of might throw defenses off with you being kind of a
Yeah,
lefty?
yeah, I do. I feel like not a lot of teams expect it, and then when I can throw to my dominant side and make more plays from throwing to the right, being it's easier to open up and throw that way, it comes as a surprise to other teams, and I do see it as an advantage. Sometimes it does affect certain plays that we run as a team when they're designed for a right-handed quarterback, and then I have to step in there and do it a little differently and sometimes a little harder since I am a left-hander. So I do see positives and negatives to being a left-handed quarterback.
Good. And so obviously you've got going into this year. I know you played JV last year and some varsity last year as well when you were called up. So tell me a little about the best game that you've played, you think, in your career.
Um, I would actually say the best team that we have played is Palisade, and that was actually the game where the junior quarterback got hurt last year, and as a freshman, I was able to step in there and play against them. And I figured I told myself, this is a pretty good team, just I'll just do my best, not have any pressure on myself because I mean they're already really good. So what's the worst that can happen? And I would say that was a really good opportunity for me just to get my first varsity experience to get against what I think the hardest team in our division is. And so that really just made me see and open my eyes to thinking it's really not too bad and that I can do this. And as a freshman, I was able to step in there and be pretty successful.
Very, very cool. And obviously, so what does your training regimen look like? I see that you do a lot of weightlifting and stuff like that. So what does kind of a typical week look like for you in your world?
Yeah, well, now that we're in season, I've definitely slowed down a little bit of the weightlifting, but through quarantine, I would say I really picked up on all my workouts, and I was just a day in, day out grind, working out 4 to 5 hours a day, even those first few months of being locked down. And that really kickstarted a lot for me. I don't feel like I've reached that level of intensity in my life until that time. And now I feel really comfortable in the weight room and feel like I can put up a lot of weight, and just I've gotten so much stronger through these past few months. But I would say a typical week for me, I usually do a 6-day split where I take one off day just to let my body rest completely. And then I'll do 2 days where it consists of a push workout, which is like chest, tricep, shoulders, 2 days pull where it's bicep and back, 2 days legs where I really focus on some plyometrics and speed stuff. And that's worked really well for me, just having a lot of diversity in there and opening up different windows.
Awesome, awesome. So, obviously, your head coach is James Wagner. Tell me about him and what your relationship is with him at this point.
Well, he's a great coach. He was actually hired last year, was his first year as the head coach, and it's been really good to see him grow like along with the team. And I like that he's a young guy, so he still tries to kick our butts in practice and compete with us. And sometimes he does show us up. I'm not gonna lie. And my relationship with him, I would just say it's really good. He knows how much of a leader I am on the team and how committed I am to helping us be successful. And he just tries to provide the best opportunities for me to be successful. And I think in the future he's really gonna open a lot of doors for me.
All right, very, very cool. And so, tell me a little about your parents. How have they influenced you?
I would say my parents have been just my ultimate supporters and have helped me all the way. They really just support me with everything I do, whether it's basketball, baseball, or football. They'll do whatever they can for me to help me be successful. They provide, the resources. All I asked for Christmas the past 3 years was a weight set in the basement, and my dad finally bought one for me, and it's been used day in day out a ton. And so they've been able to provide things like that for me and resources. They've gotten me in camps and working with different coaches that'll just help reach my full potential. I really couldn't ask for better parents. They've been just very supportive and very helpful through this whole process of football.
Wow, wow, yeah, that's amazing. And so, kind of going into this year, this being kind of your second year. Obviously, you're in it right now at the in high school, your sophomore. So what are you kind of looking to do this year on the football field? What are you trying to accomplish?
Well, I'm really looking to just get more comfortable back there taking snaps. Um, right now, it's looking like I think I'm going to be splitting snaps with the senior quarterback, which I see as a good thing because I can just keep learning under him. He's a really good dual threat quarterback, and I definitely do not have his speed yet. So I think that's a good thing to learn and just keep advancing in that book. And I'm also playing on the other side of the ball at inside linebacker this year, which I'm excited about just because it opens up new windows for me and it allows me to just learn more about defenses and really just help me read the defenses in the future when I'm knowing what the linebacker position is going to do.
All right, very, very cool. And so I see, do you play multiple sports, right? Do you play
Dude,
basketball and you played, I think, what was the other sport that you played? Basketball and some
baseball, yeah.
baseball, yeah.
Baseball, basketball.
So how do you kind of go about training for those? Are they kind of interchangeable? Do you think one helps with the other a little bit? And how do you kind of go about balancing those three sports?
I would say, well, in fact, I've always had a different favorite sport. When I was younger, it was always football, and then it switched to baseball. I really just wanted to be a baseball player, and then it was basketball, and now it's back to football, and it's been that way for a little bit. So I really think they just help each other out. I've actually really been working on my vertical for basketball just to help me dunk and make more plays on the basketball court, and that's really translated over to the football field. I think it's helped my speed and my overall athleticism, which is a great thing. And then with baseball, being a quarterback, and I also do a lot of pitching with baseball. I think it's really good for me because it allows me to strengthen my arm and do different rotational exercises and arm strengthening exercises that I might not find somewhere else. And I think the baseball workouts really translate over well for being a quarterback.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's very cool. And obviously, you seem like a very good all-around athlete. But I asked this just to everybody as kind of a tongue-in-cheek. I don't know if everybody on here that I interview will be going professional, but I just asked this just for like a tongue-in-cheek. But I can see you've put in a lot of work, and I think you might have that shot. So I wanted to ask you, if you were to get drafted by an NFL team, what would be your preferred NFL team that you'd want to get drafted by?
Well, that's actually a question I've never had. To be honest, any team willing to take me in. I definitely have to say I would not be happy to go to New England. I'm not. I would say really any team but New England. That's going to be my only answer with that one.
Awesome, awesome. So I see that you don't like the Patriots very much.
Not really. No, they've done the Broncos dirty a lot of times. So
Awesome.
it's really hard to support them.
Awesome. All right. Well, great interview, Jack. Thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Happy to do it. All right, take care. Thanks. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. That was Jack Schierholz out of Summit High School in Colorado. If you'd like to contact Jack, his Twitter account is @SchierholzJack. And I'll be sure to post his huddle link below as well. Also, be sure to subscribe and check out Jack's YouTube channel. It's John Jack Schierholz. I'll provide the link for that below too. If you'd like to contact me, my Twitter account is @ImamiMichael, and my Instagram page is @TheHardCountWithMichaelImami, so be sure to give those a follow. Also, be sure to give a like and subscription to the YouTube channel, and in case you and your parents want to go ahead and check out the Facebook page, it's @TheHardCountWithMichaelImami as well. All right, everyone, thanks so much for listening. This has been The Hard Count. Do you have what it takes to go D1?